All right. Welcome to Trolls Toys. Let's get into it and see what we have today. Figure reviews, toy hunts, etc. All right. YouTube Trolls Toys back at you with another video. And I'm going to do my best. Been a long day. Day off. Went to get some fancy new glass cabinets for my collection from IKEA, which is an hour from my house. Spent an hour at IKEA, hour back, and then 5 hours putting 4 cabinets together. So it's like 11 o'clock at night. So I'll try my best with my enthusiasm levels. But today we're going to be doing a comparison, unboxing, and ranking G.I. Joe, well, Cobra technically, versus Marvel Flyers Edition. And we're going to be unboxing and comparing Marvel's Falcon, which we got at a super deal for Target Week last week. Circle Week, shambles. And we're going to compare Falcon to Chip Raptor Talon and General Ledger, who we also got during Circle Week for an insane price last week. And he's going to be representing the Cobras. And our third competitor coming in from Circle Week last week on a pretty insane deal, like 20 bucks versus $35, which I wanted for him, is going to be Captain America. So like I said, Flyers Edition. Cobra versus Marvel. Raptor representing Cobra, and we're giving Marvel 2 chances with Falcon and Captain America. And we'll start the unboxing with Marvel's Falcon. So here's Falcon in his plastic tomb. He comes with an alternate head sculpt. I'm guessing this is the backpack where the wings attach. He comes with fisted hands, but he also has sort of open or more grippy looking hands. And then he's got this little guy. I'm not sure what this is because didn't see the movie. And for us, this is going to be like a G.I. Joe version of Raptor. And can't call him Falcon, though, because obviously we already have a Lieutenant Falcon. Can't call him Hulk because we already have a Hulk. Can't call him Raptor because we already have Raptor from Cobra. I don't remember a G.I. Joe named Eagle, but I think the name I'm leaning toward is Merlin, which I looked up and is apparently a smaller version of a Falcon. And obviously we also have his wings, which we'll get out of their plastic packaging. So here's Falcon with his fully outstretched wings, looking pretty good. Let's see how these articulate. So obviously these appear to be hinged right here, so we have motion in this direction, and they're hinged here, so we can sort of wrap him in the wings, I suppose, or fold the wings down like so. It comes with little hand holds for, I guess that's what the other hands are for, so let's get those on. So I gotta say, he doesn't really grip these little hand holds. They just sort of rest in his hands, but that's all right. All right, I'm not the best at this posing and articulating shit. Yeah. But Falcon, I like the way that he looks. Like I said, we're gonna probably call him Merlin and use him with the Joes. And we're going to get him on a flight stand that we stole from Booster Gold from McFarlane Toys, because part of clearance we got Booster Gold for $4.78. Mostly wanted the stand. Also put him in the Justice League display since he was technically a member. So here we have Falcon in flight. Like I said, I'm not the best at this pose and articulating. I'm going to try to figure out some way to hang him from the fucking ceiling, I think. But for now, we're just going to put him on this Booster Gold stand from McFarlane for the purposes of this video. All right, here we have him in more of a actual flight mode, and I gotta say his head doesn't have a lot of movement, so I was trying to get him to look up, but I can't really do that. And now we got him in yet another action pose. So overall, I think Falcon's looking pretty good. I like the way that he looks visually. His wing articulation, I wish could be a little bit better. We only have the folding that I can see at this hinge and here, so we can't fully collapse the wings. So that means he's going to take up a lot of shelf space. That's like I said, we're going to try to hang him from the ceiling. And we got the fully masked head sculpt on him, but he also comes with like just a visor as an alternate head sculpt if you were so inclined to use it. All right, up next, representing Cobra is going to be Chip, Raptor, Talon, and General Ledger. And he's number 139 in the classified series. I'm excited to get him out of the package. So here he is in his plastic tomb. Obviously, I remember this from when I was little. His headdress. Right, we got General Ledger here. Oh, he also comes with, looks like the badass Wolverine claws. So points for Raptor. And a handgun and a knife. So as we know with G.I. Joe, they come with a lot of accoutrements, which I enjoy. But also sometimes don't because I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. And here's Raptor's wings. And I got to say, right out the gate, they look like they're going to be way more articulated. Which is interesting because both Marvel and G.I. Joe are made by Hasbro. And Raptor came out before Falcon and Captain America. So, but we're going to give it a whirl and we're going to do our comparison. So I got to say, out of the package, Raptor's looking pretty badass, as with in typical G.I. Joe fashion. He's got a place to store his handgun, which I always put in there right away so I don't lose them. Looks like he's got a place to store his knife as well. I think that's the knife spot. Interesting that it's just in the open and no holster. There he is with his headdress, looking more like I remember his 3 3/4 figure. And got to get the most out of your molds, I guess, as Kyle Peterson would say, because he comes with these same claws that 131 Storm Shadow came with, and that number 80 Nunchuck came with. But I got to say, a fan of the Wolverine fucking claws. They're badass, right? They did give him like trigger finger hands to put them on with, so I don't know if I have these on right, but they're going to do for now. So here's Raptor with his wings fully outstretched, right? Looking pretty good. But these wings do articulate more, right? Because they fold back. They fold here. This can fold down. And they can sort of like fold up and out of the way. Somehow shambles. So like I said, you can't get them to fold up. I'm probably doing that fucking wrong. It's late. I'm tired. Let's see what else we can get them, how else we can get them to pose. We can fold them in and down. I think that looks pretty badass. We could fold them out and down like that. We could fold them up. Yeah, so these wings articulate way more than Falcon. So here's Raptor on the flight stand. I got to say, like I said, I'm late. It's tired. This is not a standard design exactly for him, but obviously this long protruding piece makes it a little bit difficult for me to pose him exactly the way that I want on the stand, or it could just be because I'm dead ass tired. So here we've got him in yet another pose. The one thing I have to figure out is, where does General Ledger go? Let me try to take a peek at that. So it looks like General Ledger pegs in right here on his left arm. Like so. So here we've got Chip Raptor Talon and General Ledger. Entrant number 2, G.I. Joe versus Marvel, or technically Cobra. All right, step right up. Contestant number 3 in the Flyers edition, G.I. Joe versus Marvel. We got Captain America. And I got to say, right out of the gate, I'm not a big comic book guy. But, you know, I watched all the Avengers movies, and then I did watch, you know, whatever the hell it's called, the TV show where Falcon becomes Captain America. But right out of the gate, nothing against Anthony Mackie, good actor, but just not my Captain America. All right, I'm pretty sure these glasses are molded to his head, which I do like, so that way I won't lose them. I don't know how to repurpose Captain America for G.I. Joe either, so another slight deduction for me. Does have a masked head, which I'm probably going to use instead of Anthony Mackie's, so we're going to try that out. Fuck, I'm not quite sure if I got the head on all the way, but that's the best I can do at the moment. I'm always afraid. I suck at changing parts. I know a lot of you guys probably are great at it, but not me. Here's his wings, and looks like they come in pieces, so this is going to be fun. All right, so here's Captain America with his wings fully extended. And I got to say, looks like he gets one more hinge than Falcon, right? Because Falcon's hinge here, and Captain America gets a middle hinge that Falcon did not get. That I guess would make it where his wings can wrap more around him. Like so. I wonder why Falcon didn't get that hinge. Is it because he's like not the main character and Anthony Mackie as Captain America is? I'm not sure. Or maybe they made Falcon first and then decided to give it one more. But they made Raptor before both of them. So I'm not sure. And I forgot. I also just got Nemesis Immortal. But I hear his wings are kind of lackluster. And I'm not going to break him out of the pack. We'll have to do that in a separate video. Mostly because I want to go to bed. But we can get fold action in a couple of directions. Oh, and shambles. Also pivot all the way up. I don't know if Falcons did that or not. I'll go back and double check. Yeah, I guess Falcons do that as well. Captain America's wings are substantially larger though. Look at that. That's why his came in pieces versus Falcon. So here's the Captain on the flight stand. And I got to say, his wings did not come with the little hand grips like Falcons did. I bought a couple of Falcons to use as like G.I. Joe, like I said, counterparts of Raptor. Only one Captain America though, because I wasn't quite sure how to repurpose them. All right, now we're gonna compare the three and rank them. Oh, and obviously, not to forget, he comes with a shield, right? The Captain America shield. All right, so here we have all three. Raptor, number 139 in the classified series from G.I. Joe. Marvel's Falcon in the middle. And Marvel's Captain America over here on my right side, your left. Right? I believe that's what it is. Like I said, it's late. I apologize. This is not my best effort. But obviously, probably not a surprise. Captain America does have one more wing hinge, but it could just be because I'm tired. But his wings seem to fall apart easier and don't stay pegged in as well as Falcon's. So I'm going to put Captain America at number 3. And I have them ranked in the order that they're going to be. Falcon's number 2, right? I do like that he comes with the hand grips. Captain America does not. Falcon's wings aren't as big, so he doesn't take up as much shelf space. We're going to figure out how to suspend him from the ceiling anyway. Falcon I like because of his coloration, and I can repurpose him for G.I. Joe much easier than I can Captain America. And then obviously, I knew Raptor was going to win from the beginning because I'm a G.I. Joe guy, not a Marvel guy, but also he's a better figure. It just is. His wings articulate much better. He's more aesthetically pleasing to me, right? Maybe because I played with his 3 3/4 figure as a child. But Captain America 3rd, Falcon 2nd. Ding, 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 ding. Winner, Raptor from Cobra. As always, this has been Trolls Toys. I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you soon.